friends. We're here at Natchez Trace State Park, and it's raining cats and dogs outside. It's raining all day. We have no internet service. We have no cell service. So I decided I wanted to take you on a tour of our camper and show you some of the things that I like about this camper, some things that really sold us on it, show you some things that we've added that we really like, some little RV hacks that you might find useful when you're camping as well. So I'm going to start off in the kitchen. This right here is probably the one. I know it's definitely one of the features that really sold me on this camper. It has a compartment under here where you hook up one of these water cooler jugs, 5 gallons, and it feeds here. Does the water, so we all the time have. He just changed it so it kind of sputters a little bit. So we all the time have clean drinking water. And it also feeds the ice maker in here, so which is also another great point about this camper is we have an ice maker and I don't have to do those ice cube trays. Full size refrigerator, and one of the things that I found when we were traveling is that all the things in the refrigerator tend to shift, of course. And so this is something that I thought of. We purchased these little tension bars, and we sort of secure them in here as tightly as we can to keep all the stuff from shifting out when we're traveling. I also, because I'm in charge of the inside, I also try to take anything that's glass and put it in the shelves. And as much as I can pack into the bins, I also put there too. And that just helps when we're traveling. It came with this little thing where you secure the refrigerator and the freezer, but it still ended up opening while we were moving, and I would come in after when we set up camp, and I'd have some stuff in the floor. So what I do now, I have to twist it a couple of times and then latch it, and that seems to keep the doors from opening so that we don't have a mess. We do have a coffee bar, which to me, this was like a selling point because our old camper didn't have enough countertop. So if you have a coffee bar, then it still frees up our countertop, and so that was good. That was good for me. But I also like this little pop-up feature with our plug. That's pretty handy. Another thing about this whole camper is it comes with a ton of plugs and a ton of USB plugs. So that was a good thing. Another thing that my husband added, which I'm short, so I have to get a stool to show you this, is we were all the time having anything up in here shift. So what he did for me, he made this little thingamajig right here, and got me these dowels, and we just slide it in like that, and it's adjustable and it secures all this stuff. And goodness, it just keeps everything from shifting while we're moving. So it's really a good thing to have, and I really appreciate him for doing that. Another thing that I like about this camper was the pantry. It's lighted, and I am a huge fan of tension rods, let me tell you. So when we travel, I also put these up in here to secure the items to keep them from falling out. I also want you to look at my spice rack because I saw this on Pinterest and I got Rodney to do me one. Actually, he really actually did it for him because he's the cook and I'm not. But anyway, it's magnetized. Pretty cool. And another thing I like about this one is it is a chalkboard. So we can put our shopping list on here. Or we can write love notes to each other. All right, now, so let's move into our living room. One of the things we liked about this camper was that it could sleep so many people. Not that we really want to have that many people, but in the event that we did, it would be handy. This makes into a bed, full-size bed. These two seats recline, so we have had my daughter and son-in-law sleep in these because they were actually more comfortable than the bed in the bunk room. We've added this thing right here because it comes with cup holders like that, and trying to find a tumbler that size to fit in here, or a coffee mug was impossible. It was totally impossible. So found these on Amazon, and they're kind of hard to do, but they expand out so that they fit your mug. That is something great. I would highly recommend that to anybody that needs it. Right here, our table. We just keep 2 chairs out, but it does extend, and we have 2 more chairs in I think they're under the bed in the storage. This also lifts up, which I can't do that right now because it's obvious reasons, but it lifts up, and there's storage underneath here where I keep like napkins and paper goods. Another thing is the chairs lift up for storage. Both of them do. And thought that was pretty handy. So that's our living area and our dining area. So now let's move on to the bunk room. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing is this boot tray was really important for me because of Rodney not taking his shoes off when he comes through the door, and I've almost got him trained where now when he comes in, he takes his shoes off, which really helps me because I don't have to take his off. And another thing that we added to this camper, which we had on our old camper, was a handle. And because it's just so much easier to grab and close this way and not have to struggle to try to find the little gripper right there, because it's just so much easier. So I really like that little feature that we added. Now let's move into the bunk room. Now this room doubles and triples as a lot of different things. On a typical camping trip, this is normally Gibbs' bedroom. He sleeps here, but if we happen to have any guests, we move him out. This little bed comes out into a little tiny bed. And of course this is a bunk bed as well, so we can sleep people in here. It doubles as my craft room, as you can see, and I did not clean it up today because I was planning on doing some crafting. I like to Cricut and some other things, so keep my craft stuff here. And also if we move around the corner, you'll see my office. So this is where I do most of my work, because yes, I do still work. I am still a real estate agent, and I do have to work occasionally, even when I'm camping. So we have our own little MiFi device. We have a printer. Of course, we don't have any internet connection today, but typically we do. Now let's move it upstairs. We have a little loft area right here that it's kind of cool. It's got plugs up there and USB devices with a light. Well, right now we just use it for storage and for extra pillows and such, but one day that's where the grandkids are going to sleep. This is the only part of the camper that I have never been in, believe it or not. Now, let's talk about the bathroom. This was a selling feature for us, or probably mostly for Rodney, because our other campers, the showers were so tiny he could barely move around in it without knocking things off the shelf. So this camper has tons more room in the shower. One thing that I like that I added, and I don't know if I thought of this myself or if I saw it on an RV hack something, was these tension rods right here, and then these little S-hooks. So that really comes in handy because there's nowhere to hang your towels that looks decent, and you don't want them drip drying on the floor. So hang them in the shower. One other thing that I really like about this camper is it has you see that? Have a little night light at night, and that's just perfect. A little night light. Now let's head to the bedroom. This, so this camper came with a king size bed, but we had our own really good residential queen mattress. So what we had them do was to cut off the base. You know how it has the, actually, you know what? Now that I think about that, I think actually Rodney did this. Yeah, he did. So I had Rodney cut off the base, the platform that was fit the king size, and he made it fit our queen, which is perfect. Got rid of the king, kept this nice queen. So, and another thing that does by doing that, if you'd like to sleep on the queen, is it frees up some space in between the bed. So, as you all know, if you're a camper, the most difficult thing you have is to do in housekeeping is to change the sheets in a camper, because the bed is flush up against the wall and it's next to impossible to get a bed made. So look at this. That's what you get by converting it down to a queen. So I would highly recommend, if you can sleep in a queen, to get rid of your king and put a queen, because it's going to make it so much easier to make up your bed. And again, we have a lot of USB ports and all that such. The other thing that I liked about this camper is that it was capable of having a washer and a dryer, which is a big plus, especially if you're gone from home, for any length of time. So we have a washer and a dryer. Actually, it's a combination. It washes clothes, and then when it gets done washing, then it starts drying them. And we have found, or I have found, because I don't think Rodney's ever done the laundry here, but I found that once it washes, then it starts drying, but it never gets dry on that first time, so I always have to do an extra drying cycle. But still, we got clean clothes. And also realized this after I had an accident, that when we travel, I put all my stuff down in here, which makes it nice and secure when we're moving campsites. I found that out the hard way. And well, I'll show you our closet. I do like the fact that our closet has a light in it. And we got a big enough closet, we don't even need a washer and dryer, but it's really nice to have some. And in here, there's an area back behind here that it's places to put your shoes in the wall. So that's the camper. So this is our camper. I hope you enjoyed your little tour. I enjoyed giving you the tour, and hope you like us on Facebook and hit that subscribe button to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So thank you for hanging with the Harrises.